measure progress. Step 4 of the emotional soap process is to measure progress. Are you doing it? Let's talk about it today. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and we are using the SOAP framework, the framework we've talked about before. If you've followed me at all or ever watched me do videos, you know I talk about something called the SOAP framework, at least since 2020 and the pandemic. I took a process I was using for dealing with changes and setbacks and obstacles, and I renamed it the SOAP framework because it was appropriate for the pandemic, because we were washing our hands all the time and we were so conscientious about germs and spreading germs and things that SOAP seemed a fitting acronym for the process we were using to deal with all of the changes that came along with that crazy time. It was change for everybody. I can actually almost say that billions and billions of people were impacted by the COVID pandemic and the way it was handled. And all of us were swirling, and sometimes our heads were spinning. Changes were happening so quickly. And I found we needed a process. I needed a process for sure for dealing with those changes that made sense and was repetitive, that I could learn, I could use a lot, implant and ingrain in my subconscious, so that a lot of times it would just be automatic. I didn't have to think about it. But then I started teaching it as part of the Get Up and Go challenge. Every other month during 2020 and 2021, we did a 30+ day challenge for the people that were brave enough to stand up and say, this is crazy. I need a structure and a way of dealing with it to keep moving forward during the pandemic. And hundreds of thousands of people did that. Millions of people did not. And those that did not lost their businesses and had other absolutely positively devastating impacts on their life due to the pandemic. But those that said, okay, I got to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. I got this, were the ones that survived. And many millions of people actually thrived during the pandemic. I think about Target. Every time I go with my daughter to do a Target pickup, and their parking lot is packed. Now, Target was busy before, mostly around holidays and weekends, but now the one in our little town is packed to the gills every day. And that change I saw and watched happen during the pandemic. And I think, more power to them. All right. So progress. How do we know we're making progress in anything? Remember, we took an emotional thing that's happening in our organization. I chose frustration because guess what? If I am feeling frustrated, that means I'm spreading that to other people in my business, and I don't want that to happen. So we've got a team that's tackling this frustration topic, and we decided we were going to have a consultant come in and work with us as a group on dealing with challenging emotions, specifically with frustration. What are some ways we can, again, like I did, redefine it? And I want somebody besides me to come into my businesses and do that. Can I do it? Yes, but I'm not going to, because I want an outside third party to come in and teach that to everyone so I can participate as well. Because sometimes it's just fun to participate in the team building and the things that we do as an organization. So that's what we're doing. But how are we going to know if that's working or not? We will, as part of that workshop with a consultant, determine what are some key measures so that we can know if it's having a positive impact on us or not, right? Everything we do, we measure, because we measure what matters. And if we're going to do it, we're going to have the workshop, we're going to have a consultant come in, we're going to make sure that we get some benefit out of it. Or we're going to learn the lesson that, okay, well, that was a waste of time and energy and resources. Let's do something else. And that's the whole point of the progress step, to make sure we're moving toward filling that gap with the steps that we take. Wouldn't it be awesome if in our businesses we thought of something, we took one step and we automatically got it? Yes, that would be nirvana, but it's not. It's not the way things work, and at least in my world, probably in your world as well. We set a goal or an objective or a thing we want to fix or a challenge or an obstacle we want to overcome. And then we do a few things, and then one will usually click and hit and give us a big jump toward what it is that we want. And then we keep doing some more little ones, and then we get a big one, and we create what it is that we want in our businesses and in our life. So today, share in the comments below one way you will know or measure progress on the emotion that you're working on. Now, with subjective things like emotional, spiritual, mental, these things are more challenging to measure, which is why I want you to think about it and then share in the comments below what you're doing to give other people inspiration and help in deciding what they might use to measure emotional progress, right? Me, I look for feedback from people I love and care about, or people that are close to the situation telling me, oh, wow, you really handled that situation well, or wow, you're not super frustrated and angry. You don't have that grumpy face on today. Yeah, that would be good feedback, right? All right. If I can help you with this in any way, coming up with a way to measure the impact and the moving toward what you want with respect to an emotion, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, go out, make an absolutely incredible day. And I will, of course, be with you here tomorrow.